Bear with me a second. I don't feel like I've talked in a while. I've just kind of been silent, listening and feeling, and I guess enduring. But I woke up and I was just on YouTube and I came across this like worship set by like Upper Room. And it's not in my daily routine to listen to worship music. In fact, I don't listen to worship music. I haven't listened to worship music in a long time. To listen to worship music whenever I would experience it would be painful, because it would remind me of where I was that I'm no longer. And I would be like, I remember this song and I remember listening to this, but where did I go, Lord? Where did I go? And I'm listening to this song and it's You and You Alone. I don't know if you've heard of it or whatever. But basically it's like, every day I thank you. Every day I'm thankful. And the person that's singing the song is like, I thank you for the clothes on my back. I thank you for the breath in my lungs. I thank you for the new day. And I feel like in my heart that these are not good things, because I can't breathe and wearing clothes is super uncomfortable. Like, I just don't feel comfortable in clothes. And I don't feel like I can breathe. And new days don't feel like new days. They feel like the same day, just wringing me out like a rag. And I'm sitting there listening to this song. And I'm like, God, I don't connect. Where did I go? Where did I go? And I'm starting to feel like I felt before when I was listening to worship music. Because every now and then I'll listen to it, right? But it will be God that gets me to listen to it. I don't ever listen to it to change my mood or anything. That's not the season I'm in. If anyone is going to lift my head, it will be Him. I have no strength nor motivation to lift my own head anymore. So I won't put on worship music to feel better. Not saying that's what you do or what people do, but I won't do that. It used to be something that I could get into and feel better, but I believe the Lord has given me something new in this season, where there isn't, it's not like it used to be. And as I'm listening to this song and I'm hearing these words and I'm like, I don't connect with this, but I remember where I was whenever I heard this song and felt so much joy. Where did the joy go? And I feel like the Lord was just saying to me, it's not your fault that you have been wounded. You have suffered for my sake. You have been at constant battles, and it has left you down and crushed. And this is your worship to me in this season. It's not that you can lift your hands, run around, clapping, and smiling. It's that you release what is in you. And this is precious to me. That's what I believe that He was telling me. That's what I was receiving from Him. It's like He is the God of every season. What season are you in? I have been in a season of sorrow and being crushed continually. And I'm at this point where I need him to resurrect my life, but I don't know if he will resurrect my life because I don't know what it is to have a life resurrected. I don't feel like, and maybe this is because of the shame, that I matter to him. And so as I'm listening to this song, I'm like, am I still welcome here? That's just what felt the most honest to say. Because I don't feel welcome here. Because these people are singing these songs, thanking you for the air and the clothes on their back and all of that. And I'm not in that place, Lord. Am I still welcome here with you? And I feel like that's where he was just like, it's not your fault that you've been inflicted so deeply. You have waited on me and faced many afflictions. But this is worship to me. I don't need you to get back to where you were, because I'm where you are now. I'm where you are now. So I'm just like, Lord, like, and I'm hearing like, I saw this like message yesterday, and it was talking about declaring and decreeing like the truth over yourself. And I was like, I guess I missed that class, God, because you have not been training me up in that way. What he seems to do is have me endure. And enduring, I feel like I'm letting go because I have no strength to hold on. And so my life has gone into the gutter. And I feel like I've lost my mind. And I don't feel like I can retain anything. And I feel no motivation to declare or decree anything over my life. Am I gonna be okay? Because it seems to be this declaring and decreeing and this staying in a posture of thankfulness is required for a breakthrough or something. Otherwise, that's on me. That's what it feels like anyway. And everybody else is on a different page than I am. But at the very best, what I can do and what I choose to do is to release to you the God that I'm coming to know. Not the God that maybe others are coming to know. I don't know of that, but I know of the God I'm coming to know. And yesterday, I was just like, God, I hope that you come through for me, because I feel like my own heart is condemning me. I don't feel like if there's something that you want me to do, something new, you're going to have to strike me with lightning at this point, because my mental faculties or whatever are not there anymore. Like, I can't be here anymore. And so I'm just like, I hope that you understand that at least I have a sincere heart. Like, I tried. This is as real as it gets, you know? And I'm glad. It seems very Brandon of me to release like this, because it is just what is in me. And I feel like he was just showing me, bringing me back to the story in the Bible with the woman at the well. And this is where he starts to reference worshiping the Father in spirit and in truth. And I believe this is the way that he has been training me up. And he has been telling me, release the burden of worship to me, release the burden of following me, release the burden of feeling like you're supposed to manage this and know where we're going and keep yourself in high spirits. And I have, and I did. And where it has got me seems to be in the ground where I need him to resurrect my life. And I'm like, I've let go. You've taken the strength from me, so I have let go. I have not held on. I have not tried to keep my head up. But this is where I believe that he's like, I desire my children to worship me in spirit and in truth. And what this means is for you to be personally convinced that he saw you through every dark season. And you know, and since you know, your light is shining that much brighter, so that you don't have to get yourself into a posture of thankfulness. It has been produced in you, and now it's a wellspring of life. You're not needing to get yourself to believe. You believe because he has convinced you, because you've walked through something that you didn't think that you were going to make it out on the other side. He has to carry me in this time where I feel like my mind is scattered. And I'm very much looking to him and depending on him to do that. But I think this is what he's been showing me. He's like, I am producing in you an authentic worshiper in spirit and in truth, because you have walked through the things. And by the power of God, you've gotten through them. Because that's really where we are. I'm referenced this crossroads. I made a video about it. From death to life. And that seems to be where I am. But I have this like vision. Maybe he's given me this vision of like, because I haven't like gone to church, right? Like I said, I haven't been trying to stay in God's house or something. I have just let go. And it seems like letting go has taken me deep into darkness. Right? But I have this vision perhaps that I come back to church and I hear the worship music. But I know of the God that was with me in the dark place. Like you would only know by going to the dark place. And so I fear no evil, because he has taken me through that land. And now what has been produced in me on the other side is a convinced Brandon of his faithfulness. And from this place, produced in me an authentic worshiper in spirit and in truth. See, I feel like what he was giving me when I was listening to that worship song, and this is for you, this is for the body. So if it relates, it relates. Take it back to him. But it's like in some seasons, you don't have the clapping and the singing and the smiling and it's not like it's not there at all. It's not like I don't have days where I'm experiencing that. But that doesn't seem to be the season that I'm in. But he is the faithful God in the season that I am in. And because I have said yes to him, this is the impression that I get from him. This is the intuition. My yes to him, taking me into this season where it's uncomfortable and dry and dark, is such precious worship to him. You releasing what is in you, whether it's anger or sorrow, letting the tears fall, that's worship to him. What you do on a day-to-day basis when nobody is watching, and it doesn't seem to be adding anything to your life. In fact, it seems to be taking away from your life. And you're confused about that, but he's telling you to keep walking. This is worship to him. He's like, I will produce in you a worshiper in spirit and in truth, so that you won't have to get yourself into a posture of thanksgiving. It's okay whenever you did that, but I want to produce it in you so that it's a reality for you. And what joy will come from a new reality that you live in now. Because I'm waking up and I'm here when I used to be there, but I didn't get myself here. And I know of that because where I was took everything out of me. Everything out of me. I could not get out of bed. I feel like I was losing my mind. But I somehow made it. And now I worship him in spirit and in truth. This is more of this like looking into the future where all is well, because all doesn't seem to be well right now. I believe this is the God that's revealing himself to me. But, strange, because my existence is quite strange. So I don't really, just let it out. That's what I do. But I believe that's what he said to me. And that's the impression that I got. He's like, it's not your fault that you have faced many afflictions. And these afflictions have crushed you. But in the crushing, this is where you will receive the oil. When you are being crushed, you think that you have it in you to lift your head, praise like you were praising before. Or maybe the evidence of your authentic worship is that you continue to get crushed and you're still here. Maybe that's a more truer form of worship in this season for you, if you were in a season of sorrow and great crushing, that you are still here. You have not tried to go and do it your way. You're angry at him because you're in a relationship with him. You're in a place where you're vulnerable to him letting you down, which shows me you are in a position of growing in trust with him. I am in a position of growing in trust with him, and it is a very vulnerable position. And it feels like he is letting me down. But he seems to see it in a different way than how we see it. He seems to see the silence as the worship, the anger towards him as the worship, the tears falling as the worship, the scrolling on your phone trying to escape the world because you have been greatly afflicted for his name's sake, the worship. And I think what he wants to give you and what he wants to give me is that confidence on the other side, that he didn't need you to lift your own head. He didn't need you to pretend like it was all good. He didn't need that from me, and that's where he was with me. He didn't need me to pretend like I wasn't anywhere else, because that's where he was with me. He was with me in my own heart. And even my heart felt like it was condemning me. My mind felt like it was condemning me. I didn't feel safe in my own skin. But that's where he was with me. That's where I needed him to be. And since now that he has saw me through that dark valley, what will happen naturally, authentically? Singing, praising from the mountain. Because he was with me in the valley. Not trying to get me to pretend like it was a mountain. He was with me there. I think that we need him to be with us where we are. The question is, where are you? Where am I? I need a God to be with me where I am, where I don't even know where I am. I feel lost. And it seems like he's the only one who can locate me. I need a God who knows where I am because I don't know where I am. I feel like this is what he has told me would happen. It makes more sense of why he would say to me often, I'll get us there. I will get us there. Because I am scrambled, man. This thing has taken everything out of me. And so anytime I get here and I release a video, it's really just what's in me. I think that he gives it to me, I receive it, and then I release it. Right? And that's the worship. So nothing more is added to it. Nothing is really taken away. And in that way, I'm going to just pour it out. And I think this is enough. And I get the impression from him that it is enough. And not adding to the measure that's already right is enough for you. Meaning you don't have to pretend like it's all good if it doesn't feel all good. You don't have to pretend like you're not angry. You don't have to try to get yourself to feel better. Because he's with you down there. So maybe whenever you're no longer down there on the floor, feeling like you're losing your mind or you've lost your mind, you will wake up and be like, by the grace of God, by the power of God, he has taken me somewhere new. And now I will testify and I will be a witness to his resurrecting power that I became convinced of in my own personal life. So I don't have to draw from any other place than my own personal experience and my own personal walk with him. What has been produced in me is an authentic worshiper in spirit and in truth. Because he produced it. Because I let go and I didn't try to manage it. And now I'm free. I want you to be free. I think that's what the Father is saying. I want you to be free with me. It's easy to be like, yeah, I'm free with you, Lord. But then there's those things, you're just like, I can't show anybody this. But he has ways of leading us in seasons where we are squeezed, and those things that maybe we were able to keep inside in a previous season come out. And you find you're not put to shame. And then you find a little bit more freedom in your quirkiness, you being weird. You're just going through what you're going through. How else are you supposed to respond? It's just evidence of your worship. It's evidence that you were just sold out. I feel like the most authentic statement of my life right now just feels the most right. I need him to resurrect my life. It feels good to boil it all down. I need him to resurrect my life. And this is where I'm at. I don't know if he will. And I've heard him doing it for others. I've heard testimonies. But there's something quite different when you haven't had an experience for you. And I know you can hear words, and I do hear words of other people, and it is encouraging. But there's a place in you, like there's a place in me, where you have to walk this out and see for yourself. That is how you will become an authentic worshiper in spirit and in truth. It won't be someone else's testimony. It will be yours. It will be mine. You won't get there by proxy, piggybacking off another person's experience. It's good. Encouragement is good. I find that to be a good thing. But you need more than that. You need to be convinced in your own life. Especially if you've dealt with a lot of shame. It feels like you're last, and that, yeah, no, he'll do that for you. He'll do that for you. And I'm happy for you, but I don't know if he'll do it for me, because life has just made such a convincing argument that I'm not worth the trouble. Or that I'm doing something wrong. And I don't know what it is. And that's what's going to hold me back. And I'm just like, Lord, Father, I'm trusting that you know me enough to be able to lead me, to motivate me, to inspire me, to give me new life. That you are capable. I don't feel capable right now. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. It doesn't feel like I am. It's just like, am I still welcome here? In that song, am I still welcome here? Even with this anger that I have towards you, whenever I hear these words, like thanking you for breath in my body and clothes on my back, I'm like, but I can't breathe, and wearing clothes has become such a miserable experience for me. Am I welcome with you here when I'm like this? I feel like he's just like, I am where you are. I won't turn on you. I'm where you are. I've been walking with you where you are. And I'm like, I need you right now like that. Because I don't feel welcomed anywhere. I need you like that here with me. I need to know that you're with me in that. And you're not going to turn your back on me, because I feel like everything has turned its back on me. And not so directly, but because I have chosen you, because I've chosen this narrow road, because I said yes, now I feel like I'm too far up the road to turn back. I'm too deep into the woods to go back. I don't know the way back. I don't know the way forward. I don't know the way. I'm in need of you. I've let go of my life, and now it is in the grave, and I need you to resurrect it. Otherwise, it doesn't get resurrected. Am I still welcome with you here when I'm not sharing in the same sentiment as these people? And this is where God has said to me so many times. And there seems to be this spirit behind a lot of my videos that I release. And it's, but I'm with you where you are. Where you are, that is where I am faithful. And where you are, I'm going to take you to where we are going. Because I know the way. I know the plans I have for you. So maybe your worship looks a little bit different in this season. And there's grace to let yourself go in that, and to possibly find a God who's on your side saying, you're worshiping me just fine. It's more than enough. Release what is in you to me, and this will be lovely to me. Even if it's anger, even if it's sadness, even if you're cursing at him, you're not indifferent. I would say indifferent is more like lukewarm. You don't need him because you found some way to just stay even keeled, right? Lukewarm, not hot, or cold. What can you do with a lukewarm person? Not much, because they seem to be dead. They found a way that works, and it's become dead religion. But he's like, your anger shows me that you're not lukewarm. I can work with that. That's lovely to me, because you're actually in relationship with me. You're actually wrestling with me. You're actually wrestling with yourself. You're wrestling with the truth. You're in need. So you're very much awake and alive. Because I feel like I've lost my mind, but I have not lost my ability to feel all of this. So if you're getting angry at him, or you feel sad or any of that, you're not lukewarm. Lukewarm would just be, you don't really need him. And prayers have just become a practice. Checkbox. So perhaps you, like me, need him to resurrect your life. You're not alone in that. I'm right there with you. And I may not know you personally, but you can think that there's another person that needs him like you need him. Maybe not in the same exact way, but someone who is in need and who is suffering. And if he's faithful to me, he will be faithful to you, because he is faithful. But I guess we're not alone. I guess we're more together than I realized. And that's comforting, I guess, in its own way. I don't know, kind of weird. That's something that I've noticed with the tainting of shame. It makes you feel disconnected from everything and everyone. I want to say that's what it is, but I'm not really married to any theology or understanding at this point, but that's what it feels like. But you're not alone, and I'm not alone. I also need him to resurrect my life. But I think that's what awaits us on the other side. A God who's now with us in a new place, looking back at an old place and being like, now you are confident that I was always with you. Not when things were just good and feeling good, but you needed someone to be with you when things didn't feel like that. And everything looked bleak and hopeless and desolate. I want to convince you, so that convincing turns you into a worshiper in spirit and in truth, so that you can experience the freedom I want you to have in that.